as well to enjoy this event. However, ladies and gentlemen here, without further ado, he's going to be jumping straight into his game to for day number 4, the PMGC 2020 here, where the best of the best are going to be competing for that number 1 spot. Now, my question here, can Airwolf do the miracle run? 7 more games to go here. They've got their first chicken dinner to set the tempo. Is it possible for them to actually shoot themselves all the way towards the number 1 slot? Because as of now, on track record, the number 1 team with the highest amount of points gained in 8 games thus far is held currently by Zeus Esports, which is 134 points in 8 games in total, okay? And shout out to Imperium for this amazing stats. He was the one that provided me with the stats here on his social media. 134 points in 8 games. Is it possible for Airwolf to pull it off here, Sir Cloud?
I don't know. It sounds like a Cinderella story to me if they ever pull it off. But even if they can get, assuming that they can get an average of 20 points per round all the way up to the last game, I don't think they can get first spot, because we must also remember that the teams on top as well, they will gain points as well. So the maximum that they can get, assuming that is 20 points, is 140 points in total with the last remaining 7 games. We must also remember that the teams on top, they also shift their points up as well. I don't think it will be enough to actually catch the first spot. But, of course, I see, baby, if they're able to climb up the charts, means that they can earn more prize money as well. So, irregardless, it's always good to actually climb up the charts. You get better recognition, you get more money. So, that's motivation enough for anyone.
Yeah, coming to day 4 here, Nova SQF finishing with the top 2, taking the number 1 spot momentarily away from Zeus Esports as well as 4AM. This is going to be a big win for them here, but can they keep up with Liam here? Because I'm a little bit worried here, especially coming in from 4AM as also Zeus Esports. They were in prime position to take the lead all the way through from all 3 days. And that first game just now was a huge mess here, especially coming from 4AM and Zeus Esports, because they were caught in the crosshairs with so many people that they could not make it out alive here. Especially for 4AM, he kind of struggled a little bit more. But there was one point I actually want to bring out, was that 4AM's usual rotation was actually copied by Airwolf to take that win here. If you guys notice from the way they played in Weekendy, they usually rotate along the sides here and swing far away from the circle before making the rotation here. And Airwolf in that previous match did exactly just that. So I'm looking forward to see, can they go back to their usual strat. However, right now on screen, we do see a couple of skirmishes coming in from Erupt Slayers and also XQF Nova here. Jimmy is actually getting hunted down here, and Jimmy, he's going to try and hold up in a small crack along the cliffs here. Will he get scouted out? Because as of now, Erupt Slayers, they are on the hunt here. This is not going to be an easy one here, Cloud.
Not at all, not at all. I'm not sure how Jimmy is going to get away from this. He only has about 40% of health, and his buddies are nowhere to be seen, at least from the minimap. So not too sure what their strategy is, and Leon is actually going in for the kill here. They're going in for the hunt. I think Jimmy is not going to make it out of this. Very unlikely. Now, we do see glimpse of his buddies here coming to give him cover fire, but unfortunately, it's just going to be too late. And Jimmy is going to be the first one to be out of this round. Leon getting the first blood, and all King and Order can do is just look and, well, I guess they just need to rotate away, I guess.
Yep, Abrupt Slayers now here. They are looking to pick up a little bit more fight in this regard as well. They know that Nova wants to try and loot up those utilities away from Jimmy, but Jimmy is pretty much going to be the sacrificial pawn in this regard here. There's no way Nova SQF is going to be able to commit and go in for the save here, considering how it is going to be spread out for some how spread out they are, considering how this early of the game here, especially in the map of Miramar. It's only been 4 minutes into the game, and Abrupt Slayers, they are already on the hunt here. So XKF Nova, they've got to do this one without Jimmy Boy here. And, well, fortunately for them, they still have Order and Paraboy. So that's going to be something that, you know, I'm looking forward to see here, because they are definitely have to pull it off without Jimmy. And we've seen it a couple of times. They kind of made it to the top 4, top 5 position here. But in this game, looks like they are going to be handicapped here. Will they be able to defend against the top spot? Because as of now, on the circle here, we can see it is going to be favoring somewhere in the vicinities of Los Leonas. And I'm looking forward to see some urban warfare in the maps of in the vicinities of Los Leonas. And it's not easy to play here. And guess what? The two teams that is going to be in there here is going to be Kanina Power as well as A1 Esports. And being first to the scene here, is it a great plan coming from them here? Because we might see a huge cluster of teams actually swap up on them later on when the circle starts to close here, Circle Out.
Yeah, we definitely see, especially if the circle actually goes towards Los Leones, where it's going to be a compound fight. Things are going to slow down as the players actually pick their own compound. So it's normally going to be that way, and then you will see a bunch of teams actually really, really close to each other, but nobody's going to budge except the circle forces them to move. So I personally, I'm not a fan of compound warfare or big compound warfare towards the end because I think it slows down the game. I prefer an open fight, but if it's decided by the circle god, it is what it is. So far, two teams at least, they are making the guess that okay, it's probably going to be there, so they are taking their own compound within Los Leones. For the other teams, they're still making their rotation. We are still at the first circle, so it can still shift at anywhere. So this team, some of them, they may pray for a high ground, which some of these teams may prefer to play, but for teams that prefer to play in the urban warfare, I guess we can already see that there are already two teams right there, and they probably know the geography or the urban area like the back of their hand.
Yeah, we might see a repeat in history coming from the final game from yesterday's match as well in Yasnaya, considering that 4 a.m. did really some dirty jobs here in yesterday's performance alongside with A1 on top of that. So I'm looking forward to see, are we going to see Konina Power and also A1 do exactly that if the circle falls to do so here in Los Leonas, as considering that Los Leonas is a bigger town to actually control. Is not exactly the easiest play to make here. But as you can see, every single team are slowly making their way here to try and huddle their way into the next phase of the zone. But a little bit late here, it's going to be 4 a.m. Pay attention to the map here, as 4 a.m. is going to be tanking the zone from Toria Nadas. Looks like 4 a.m. is going to be playing their usual play strats here. Very similar to how they rotate from Vikendi as well, which is going to be playing in late, possibly in the first 4 circles before actually running into the next phase of zone. So that is going to be keeping off the radar from all of these teams who may or may not are going to be predicting to try and follow 4 a.m.'s trail, which we saw a couple of social medias as well. BTR did mention they will kind of want to learn from 4 a.m. a little bit more here, Circle Out.
Yeah, we did see that tweet coming in from Zaxi, I believe, that if you manage to get a knock onto any team members of 4M, don't end them. You just follow wherever they go. So yeah, that was quite an interesting tweet there coming in from Zaxi. But oh, check this out. Lutz from Football is managed to get a knock onto Matoy from Team Secret with a toss of a nade somewhere. And now Navi, they are still taking out the zone. They are going to rotate in a little bit later, but Lutz is all alone here. His buddies are way behind. And now we can see that Soke has been knocked down and Lutz is all alone on top, but back up is here. Yuhai managed to get a knockdown to Lova Zin, and now it's between Team Secret and Footballers.
Oh, just like that, Team Secret, they lost 2 members in the process here. Pretty much 2 now. Yuhai and Aisha is going to go in for the fight here. This is going to be a rematch between Team Secret and also Footballers. Can Yuhai go in for the clutch here? He managed to finish off Footballers again! Yuhai! Oh, baby! That is 2-0. Team Secret shuts off Footballers not once, but 2 times in a row. However, they're not in the clear yet because right now 4 a.m. is looking to hurt this fight. As Team Secret, they are under some serious heavy fire because 33 Swen here is looking to get himself some amazing kills. At Team Secret, they have no choice but to sacrifice Rex in the process here. Just like that, 4 a.m. goes in for the sweep. They take all their loots right there here, Sir Cloud.
Wow, that tapping there from Swen, he almost wiped out the entire Team Secret. iShots managed to get away at the last second. He was trying to revive his buddies, but unfortunately he could not with the pressure coming in from Swen from the other side. And the moving from Hasaki and the rest of 4 a.m. is just so fast that they move in to pick up the loot that's left. Wow, we can see that their coordination their timing is just great. Considering that they are outside the zone, they are still taking out the blue. They cannot waste any time because you don't want to end up using your utilities just to take out the blue and not have anything towards the later stages of the game. So wow, what I can say, a third party long range shot coming in from Spud, that's amazing in there. Now Cosmos, oh my goodness, long range shot coming in from Cosmos, where you get the knockdown to Order, and Order now, probably it's not going to be good news for him.
Yeah, speaking how Nova SQF, they kind of suffered losing Jimmy rather early as well. Now with Order, one of the star players to actually get destroyed here, this is not looking good for them here, because as of now, they are going to be putting their stops here, as Cosmos is going to take advantage of that high ground here. We've seen moments of brilliance coming from Cosmos from time and time again, but still, Sir Cloud, I got to bring this up once again here. Not once, but twice, Team Secret was able to wipe out Footballists all by themselves in the process of the gunfight, and both times were clutched by You High Boy with an insane clutch. Like yesterday, we saw him go for the quad kill, and this time, he managed to clear things out for the team with 1 HP, taking out Footballists. But unfortunately, say 4 AM, they had to be the party pooper, man.
Yeah, they had to be the party pooper, but yeah. So it's twice. Yesterday was in Erangel, if I'm not mistaken. He actually did that against Footballists. What an amazing kid this is, I can say. Him single-handedly really helping out his team and actually clutching it out. So him being able to do it again twice, well, that just shows that it's not about luck. It's all about skill. And at the same time, being pressured by the blue zone as well. So imagine this, playing at the biggest stage in the world for PUBG Mobile series, playing against Footballists, one of the best teams in the world, so playing with the pressure of the blue zone. My goodness, this guy is just amazing. The fact that he can clutch it out, that is great. But like you said, 4 AM just need to be the party pooper. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Eye shots, at least he's still around, and eye shots. This guy, again, is a survivor. How many times have we seen iShots being the last man surviving and getting at least top 3, top 2 finishing just by himself, IC Baby?
Yeah, I still remember that moment where he actually clutched off in the Sanhok. He was tanking the zone. He got the final kill and won the chicken dinner here. That was a really insane run for Team Secret. And boy, unfortunately here, they need to pull the miracle run here. They've got 4 kills coming from Team Secret, but it is going to be iShots, the last man standing. How long can he go? And considering that Miramar, there are a lot of ways to go inside the circle, but seeing how the circle is going to be favoring towards Los Leos now, that's going to be hard here. He's got to sneak his way like a ninja, and I'm a little bit worried here for him, because one wrong move and he's out for Team Secret MY. However, now, Abrupt Slayers here, they are going to be docking themselves in a couple of interesting positions here. They have a little bit of advantage here and there, but it's not exactly the most ideal position. You kind of want to set up a couple of roadblocks here, because it's pretty noticeable from every single team, and the vehicles are pretty much going to be exposed on all angles in that regards here. As you can see, Zeus Esports will be the first team to actually scout that out, and they will completely dodge that roadblock completely there, Cloud.
Yeah, for Zeus Esports, at this point, they need to aim for survivability first, because in game number 1 today, they didn't really do that well. So now it's time for them to get some redemption. They are still in the running, though, to be the champions of the PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2020 finals. So first thing they need to do is not to be eliminated early on, or even better, not to lose any team members as well. But PWAAA, they could be the ones to stop them, as we see that Dewey spots out his opponents here. The long range shot may come from Dewey, and yes, onto IC, and now IC is in trouble. He abandons his vehicle, but IC turns around. Are they going to try to go for the counter fire here? If they do, well, this terrain is just so hard to play. Just look at how rough this terrain is. It doesn't really favor anyone.
It's still a little bit hard to actually too early to say who's going to be favoring as of now here. But momentarily here, we do see Zeus taking a little bit slow from this game here, considering that how aggressive they are from yesterday's performance. And game number 1 didn't exactly go into plan here. I'm looking forward to see if Godless is going to be going for those insane red dodge sprays here, because as of now, he's trying to go for a little bit of shots in here. Don't exactly see anyone out of the ordinary yet. But it looks like he is going to try and scout ahead for the team to find the next place here, because sharing with them, it is going to be another team in the vicinity there, as things will get a little bit feisty here for the teams here, as the circle is going to be closing somewhere in the outskirts of Los Leonas potentially, or maybe even ending into the urban warfare here. Circle out.
Yeah, it could be, and it still could be end up in an urban warfare. We just need to keep our eyes on how the circle actually ships. But nevertheless, well, it's pretty early for us to lose one team, which is footballers so far. So now we have 15 more teams at least moving into the final few circles, and we'll be shown with the next circle really shortly. So it's still anyone's game really, especially if it moves to urban warfare. We haven't seen much urban warfare so far at the later stages of the game, so it will be very interesting to see how these teams actually adapt. And oh, there you go, IC baby. The circle actually moves away from from any urban warfare. It's now back right out in the open.
Yep, and while it's going to be happening here, we do see Zeus. They're trying to find a way to actually make into the next phase circle. Looks like they will make the decision to tank the outside of the zone to try and rotate in. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams here with Kamina Power and also PUBG is going to try and run straight into the next phase zone here. Fortunately for them, they are going to be A-okay. Meanwhile, Kamina Power, they are striking in the open as well, and you can see the cars are coming in. PUBG is making a little bit of life miserable for them here. Gonzo goes to the drop shot, touches it for team, gets one, gets two, and now he's going to try and keep things alive here, because Two Stop is going to try and provide the assist against Kanina Power. Just like that, Kanina Power is going to bow out in 14th place as the third party comes in from multiple angles here. And we do see shots coming in from A1 Esports, going to be third partying this fight as well. And just like that, Kanina Power is out. PW888 here, a force to be reckoned with here. And as of now, while that is pretty much another chapter closed here, another chapter begins, because Alpha 7 going to be making life miserable from the eastern side here. RRQ going to make a run in against Airwolf as well here. Hazelnut's going to be the one to try and gatekeep their way through against RRQ. Beer 11 already knocked out. D2E getting scouted out from Potato as well. Big one here coming from Airwolf. As now Hazelnuts is looking to go in for the push as well. Ernie is going to be trapped as well. He sees the pixel. Hazelnuts looking for the shot. Can he go for the sprint? And he will come up on top. That's going to be 3 men down from RRQ. And G9 being the last man standing. Airwolf, they know what's up. They're going to go for the HUD. G9 on the edge of the corner of the wall. He knows exactly where they are. He's being patient with his speed here. Now here comes the double push. And he takes them both out. G9, 1v2 situation here. But he's all by himself. It's up to Hazelnuts clutching for Airwolf. Will he do it? Because G9 is going to rack up some KP. He hears the movement. Hazelnuts holding his gun. He's going to be in some trouble. He makes a run for it here. G9 catches him off guard, and now he's going to be caught out. And G9 clutches it for RRQ Athena all by himself. A big one here for G9. Good night, Airwolf.
Wow, big one from G9, 1v4, and he managed to secure that clutch. My goodness, G9, the man, the myth, the legend himself, managed to get that clutch with 4 kills against Arrow, the entire squad. Now we move over to Alpha 7 here, with the long range shot coming in from a Brock Slayer, taking out Mafioso, and now Law is at the lower ground, but they are both in the zone at least, and we can see that Swagin is now in trouble. Swagin maybe taken out at the same time. We can see that Leon have been knocked down by a toss of a nade. Swagin will be finished off by Leon, and that's a grenade kill coming in from Leon as well. One nade did not land nicely. A Brock Slayer, Leon is still in this game. 4v2. Only the road is actually splitting them up. And at the same time, Powerboy have been finished off by Kengzo from Secret Jin.
Yep. Wow, this is going to be happening as well. Team Secret Jin as well as Navi. Going to be in the vicinities here. Team Secret Jin a little bit spread off in terms of forces here. G9 is going to try and provide a little bit of assist third parties here, but he's all by himself at the moment here. Wow, we do see Alpha 7 going to be looking to hunt themselves for some kills here. Meanwhile, Zeus, they are going to be trapped in the warehouse here. 4 a.m. is going to try and get them pincer here. The folks are coming in, but looks like the nades coming in from 4 a.m. is going to continue here. Zeus possibly needing to find a way to exit their way through here. Meanwhile, we do hear a couple shots coming in from A1 Esports here from the sides as well, as the vehicles from Zeus Esports are slowly getting chipped away. 4 a.m. thinking about going for the push here, but looks like they have to rotate to the next phase here because they are not inside the zone yet. 20 seconds on the clock here. They have to make a move. 4 a.m. Sook lobbing the nade here. He's still thinking here, do they go now? Because the rest of the teams are inside the next phase circle and they are looking for that hole here. Meanwhile, that's going to be happening here on the southern section here. We do see Alpha 7 going against up ASL. Law holding down
can he get it?
M249. He goes for the spray, but Cherry won't go in for the clutch here and takes him down with the final shots of the Uzi. And that's going to be Abrupt Slayers coming up on top of that fight here, Cloud.
Oh, it almost felt like if he had that M249 just on auto fire, he would have wiped them all out. But then he kind of go for that burst fire mode. But, well, at the end of the day, it's only a little bit more, only probably like one shot and he would have taken him now. But, yeah, it was a really, really tough call as well because he didn't have enough vision. The smoke was active at that point. And now 4 a.m., they're going to move on to the other side. They're going to leave the warehouse. And at the same time, we can see that Jin has been knocked down by Bigatron Red Aliens. And Godless from Zeus Esports being knocked down by Suka. Finish off by Sook from 4AM. Oh, that shoulder shot onto Sinister from Luxy will not land his shot by down sees Dante. Dante now down to 10% of health. And Dante have been knocked by Luxy. Wow, what a nice long range shot with a minute 14 that Kingzone at the same time been taken out by King. And Joel have been taken out by the playing zone. And GZ as well have been taken out. And Icy looks like he's out. And Secret Gen is officially out at 11th place, ICB.
Well, seeing how the circle is going to be going in as well here, this is going to be open fields between the warehouse, the junkyard, as well as potentially one of the couple straggles into his compound here. A lot of hiding spots with some of this team actually made it here. In this case, 4AM, they managed to creep their way in, but ably, he's going to be trapped outside the zone. And the gatekeep coming from not just one team here, it's going to be 3 teams going to be sending their targets onto the stem here. Going to be BTR on top of that. 4AM does have a rough idea what's happening as well, because as of now, you can see Liquid looking for the shots. Ably gets shot. That's going to be Ably out of the picture here. He will bleed out of the zone. BTR will not get the point for themselves, but Zeus Esports will bow out in 10th place here. And look at this happening as well. A1 Esports, they are in some serious fire here, but the circle is going to close in. Where is it going to pop off here? Where is it going to push here? Because Na'Vi has been laying low for quite some time now, as they are the closest to Nova XQF, and guess what? They are also closest to the next phase of the zone. Because as of now, Na'Vi, they see what's up. They can take advantage of the situation here. Because as of now, they're gonna go for the push here. As KDA is going to be the next team that they are going to be focusing about here. But oh boy, actually gets stopped in the tracks of BTR Luxy. So Bigatron is going to make it a little bit easier for Na'Vi to actually locate the circle here, because BTR, they are going to be the first one to hug the northern section of this next phase zone. They are going to go the gatekeeping here for Bigatron Red Aliens here, Sir Cloud.
Yeah, they're going to go for the gatekeeping play. And a couple of teams on the outside still, as we can see that A1 Esports is still on the outside. 9 more seconds until the zone will close it. And this is a great location for Bigatron Red Aliens to gatekeep. They have a compound. They are obviously in the circle. It is perfect for them to gatekeep, especially for A1 Esports who's still on the outside. The last member for RRQ Athena, G9 with that great clutch. Unfortunately, G9 will be taken out and they will power at 9th place. A1 Esports now, they're finding it tough to go. As we can see here, Luxy is actually gatekeeping and taking out system for A1 Esports. Razy have been taken out by Silk as well, and Leon X have been finished off by King from Nova SQF. Same goes for Razy. Will be finished off by Silk. And then, oh, that higher ground attack coming in from Swen. Mesh getting one knocked down, and now Hasaki coming in for another angle. They're going to go for the flags here. 4 a.m. One of the teams that they still need to get into the zone. No more time. And Silk have been knocked down with a nice nade coming in from Solus.
Yep, wow, this is happening as well. 4 a.m. slowly creeping their way through here. They know Bigatron is a threat, but before they focus and push towards Bigatron here, DA is going to be the ones that are going to be shooting them at the back here. 4 a.m. They're trying to figure away what's going to be next strategy here, and DA is not making it easy because Solus with a huge nade there catches 2. 4 a.m. 33 spent here. He's trying to keep things alive here, but that is not looking good because while all this is happening here, the third party is completely Na'Vi is going to provide the pressure here. Solus is going to get caught out a little bit more here. He's forced to heal up, but the circle is closing in bit by bit here. 4AM, they have to make the push right now, and that's gonna be suddenly getting sprayed down here. He's actually burns by his own Molotov here, and that's not gonna be looking too good here for KDA, as it's gonna be Solus, the last man standing from DA, with Salim is pretty much knocked off, and 4AM is gatekeeping their way through alongside with Na'Vi as well. This is not gonna let Solus left out alive here. from the western side here. Meanwhile, on the eastern side, Bigatron Red Aliens with only 2 kills here has proven to be a big force to be reckoned here. With Luxy holding the vantage ground here. They are looking to get a couple shots in. Corpai will get a couple sprays in. Ryzen holding down the fort here. Yes, couple shots in. Ryzen will take down Wow. Corpai needs to tank the zone here. He's going to play the healing game. Does he have enough time? And he will have enough time to be A-OK. So Corpai will live to tell another day here. He plays the healing game, but 4 a.m. and BTR is going to go head-to-head now. As Bigatron wrap things up a little bit off quickly here as they go in for the trade-off. Zuxi, he's going to be cooking up the day here, trying to finish off 33%. Asaki looking to go in for the save, but little did they know, creeping behind the third party here is going to be Na'Vi to go in for the push as well. While 4 a.m. is struggling their way through, Na'Vi is coming from behind. A huge hit coming from Ryzen. Will finish on Hasaki and 33 Swan. And so has something to say about that. Can he lobs one over? He goes one. Doesn't seem to connect. They are going to reset the fight for Bigatron Red Aliens. At 4 a.m., they will lose out on this fight here because little did they know, Na'Vi crept up behind. They are going to be joining this fight. They're losing a lot of fight here, but Na'Vi will come up on top, taking out the members from 4 a.m. and also Bigatron as well with the vantage and numbers game advantage of this year. Na'Vi is going to be pretty happy with this fight here because the nades are coming in. Bigatron in some serious trouble on top of that here, Sir Cloud.
Yeah, like you said, literally Na'Vi coming in on top because now they managed to get themselves on the top of the hill at this point. And the nade from Smoke, could this be a huge hit to right? Whoa! What a nade there coming in from Smokes. Holy smokes! Managed to get a knockdown to Ryzen. And now Bigatron Red Aliens only has Buffy left to activate now. Old Boy now. Wow! What a flick there coming in for Old Boy. Taking out Smoke at the same time. They still have the big advantage. And there are 40 members still active here for Na'Vi. They have the high ground as well. It's hard for them to actually lose it. They are in the circle at the same time. Zinner the last team members signed in for 4 a.m. Zinner has get one knockdown onto 6A, but Zinner will be finished off, and now we can see that 4 a.m. will be eliminated at third place. So it's between Na'Vi and Bigatron Red, and winner with a chicken dinner goes to Na'Vi.
Na'Vi finally getting the chicken dinner that